Let us start with the session from chapter number 2. The questions are displayed on the screen. Sexual reproduction in flowering plants. So question number 1. Describe the outbreeding device that prevent the autogamy. Here you have to remember there are two important words, outbreeding device and autogamy. It's been frequently asked. Second one, what is double fertilization? Describe fertilized embryo sac with a neat label diagram. So you have to define what is double fertilization, plus you have to draw a neat label diagram with the explanation of the embryo sac. Third one, explain the TS. TS means transfer section of young anther with a labeled diagram. So here when you're drawing the label diagram from the NCERT textbook, the labelings are very important. Okay, please note this down. And also the explanation along with it, you shouldn't miss it. Fourth question, write the events of development of female gametophyte. Female gametophyte can also be called as embryo sac in the correct order. Moving on to question number 5. Describe the structure of anatropous ovule with a labeled diagram. Here also you have to note it down that the diagram has to be from the NCERT textbook only. Okay. Sixth question, what is apomyxis? Even this word is been frequently asked. Explain any 4 outbreeding devices that prevent the autogamy. Again, the question has been repeated. Seventh question, draw and describe the structure of the mature embryo sac of an angiosperm. So here angiosperm is nothing but the flowering plants. Moving on to chapter number 3, human reproduction, which is once again a very important chapter. Chapter number 2 is also very important. Chapter number 3 is also very important. So first question here, as you can see on the screen, explain with a neat label diagram the structure of the human sperm. Okay, so here you have to draw the human sperm along with a neat labeling diagram, as well as you have to explain it very neatly. Okay. Question number 2. What is spermatogenesis? Explain the process of spermatogenesis. In most of the model question paper, if you come across, this question has been frequently asked when compared to the oogenesis. Question number 3 and 4 that you can see on the screen. Draw a neat label diagram of sectional view of male reproductive system as well as female reproductive system. So both the diagrams are very important. Chapter number 4, reproductive health. 2 important questions can be asked for 5 marks. So first one, what is infertility? How is infertility treated by assisted reproductive technologies like GIFT as well as ICSI? Okay. So these questions have been commonly asked. So I have chosen these questions. Question number 2, what is contraception? Briefly explain 2 barrier methods and 2 surgical methods to prevent contraception. Chapter number 5, principles of inheritance and variation. This chapter is very much important for the board examination. So as you can see on the screen, question number 1, state the law of independent assortment. Write the schematic representation using dihybrid crosses. Question has been asked frequently. So when you're writing the dihybrid cross, you have to note that phenotype, genotype gametes F1, F2, that is using the Punnett square or the checkerboard, and the ratios has to be written very neatly. Okay, if you make a silly mistake, you're going to almost lose the marks here. So you have to note this point here. Question number 2. With reference to flower color in Snapdragon, explain incomplete dominance. This question has also been frequently asked. Question number 3, explain Mendel's experiment to describe inheritance of one gene, or they can also ask monohybrid cross. Okay, with reference in height of the pea plants. Question number 4, write the karyotype of the following syndrome and the symptoms of the following disorders. This question is also important. Number 1, Down syndromes. Number 2, Turner syndromes. And number 3, Klinefelter syndrome. Chapter number 6 is very, very, very important. Molecular basis of inheritance. So here, question number 1, List the salient features of Human Genome Project or HGP, which has been frequently asked question. Okay. Question number 2, mention the steps involved in DNA fingerprinting. This question has been continuously asked. Question number 3, describe lac-apron concept with labeled diagram. This question is also been continuously been asked. Question number 4, describe the process of DNA replication with the help of a diagram. Okay. Question number 5, describe Griffith's experiment to show transformation in bacteria. In this question, you have to mention the transforming principle. Question number 6, describe the process of translation of mRNA. Question number 7, list out the salient features of double helix model of DNA. Okay. So here they have given as list out the salient features, not the diagram. So when you're reading the question, see through that carefully, you read the question and do not waste your time. Question number 8, enumerate any 5 salient features of genetic code. So this is very easy, as well as it's very important. It's been asked in several question papers. If you look back the model question papers. Question number 9. Oswald, Avery and others have continued Griffith's transforming principle as genetic material, substantiate. Okay. In 2 or 3 question papers have come across this question. Question number 10. DNA replication is said to be semi-conservative. Why? Describe the experiment of Messelson and Stahl to show DNA replication is semi-conservative. They can club these 2 questions and also give it as 5 marks questions. Chapter number 7, only one important question for 5 marks is important. Give the diagrammatic representation of Miller-Urey's experiment. Along with the diagram is must. Chapter number 8, human health and diseases, is equally important. So question number 1 you can see on the screen. Explain diagrammatically the life cycle of HIV. Okay, this is an easy question. You can score 5 out of 5. Question number 2, name the diseases caused by the following organisms. A, rhinovirus. For example, I'm giving here. You can write common cold, right? There only you get one mark. So this is an easy question to be attempted. Don't miss such type of questions. So B, epidermophyton. C, Salmonella typhi. D, Wuchereria malayi. E, Plasmodium vivax. Okay, this is all like one word answers. So you can attempt these kind of questions. Question number 3, schematically represent the life cycle of Plasmodium vivax. Even this question is easy. Try attempting the schematic diagram. Chapter number 9, strategies for enhancement in food production. So question number 1, what is inbreeding? Mention the significance of inbreeding. Question number 2, give the meaning of following terms. So you have to define, like it's one mark each. You can see on the screen 5 different terms they have given: explant, totipotency, soma clones, somatic hybrids, micropropagation. Okay, you have to define. Question number 3, what is beekeeping? Write any 4 points of successful beekeeping. Even this question has been asked once or twice. Next question, question number 4, what is tissue culture? Mention any 4 applications. Question number 5, explain the following terms. Again, so they are given 5 terms: inbreeding depression, interspecific hybridization, biofortification, micropropagation, soma clones. Okay, you can see here around 3 terms. Again, it's been repeated, so it's equally important. Okay. 6th question, explain 5 benefits of creating transgenic animals. This question is also been asked and been kept on, if you see the model question papers, in 1 or 2 question papers about these transgenic animals, the questions are being asked. Okay. 7th, describe the various steps of plant breeding program. Very, very important question. So you have to write systematically along with the side headings. Chapter number 10, microbes in human welfare. So question number 1 important here is briefly describe the role of biological control of pests in disease control. Okay. Question number 2, explain different stages involved in sewage treatment. This question has been repeatedly asked. Question number 3, draw a neat label diagram of a typical biogas plant. Very, very, very important, with a neat label diagram. Looking into the NCERT textbook, you have to learn this properly. Okay. Fourth question, explain the role of microbes in the industrial products. Okay, what microbes are useful and what do they give? That is very, very important here. Question number 5, explain the roles of microbes in household products. See, these two questions are easier and it is easier to study as well as easier to write also. I think you can focus on these questions. Sixth, describe the role of microbes as biofertilizer. Chapter number 11, Biotechnology Principles and Processes. Here 4 important questions are commonly asked. Question number 1, explain the features of cloning vectors. So what do the cloning vectors help in biotechnology field? 2, draw a neat label diagram of a plasmid PBr332. This has been commonly asked question. Question number 3, draw a neat diagram of a simple stir tank bioreactor. Very, very important. Question number 4, write diagrammatic representation of recombinant DNA technology. So here they have given us, see the question, write diagrammatic representation. If they ask, just draw it. If they ask, write the diagrammatic representation and explain. Both you have to do it. Okay, always read the questions very carefully. Chapter number 12, Biotechnology and its applications. Here 3 important questions have been continuously asked since years. Question number 1, one of the application of biotechnology is the production of insect-resistant crop plants. Justify the statement with reference to Bt cotton. Here the word Bt cotton is very, very important. Bacillus thuringiensis. Do not forget this question. Okay, it's very important wherever you see. Fine. Any amount of question paper. It can be preparatory or it's board. Okay. This question is must and will be asked. Question number 2, what is RNA interference? How does RNA interference helps to develop resistance in tobacco plant against nematode injection? This question has been also continuously asked in the model question papers. Question number 3, list the benefits of transgenic animals. Chapter number 13, organisms and populations. So here question number 1, explain brood parasitism and sexual deceit as an interaction of species with an example each. Okay. Question number 2, what is population growth? Explain factors responsible for fluctuating population density. You have to define plus explain the factors which is responsible for fluctuation of the population density. Question number 3, explain mutualism with examples. So whatever examples has been given in the NCERT textbook, you have to mention because it is for 5 marks. Question number 4, mention the population interaction exists among the following. So here it is also just like one word answer, very easy. But here you have to read the options properly when you're writing it down. Okay. For example, cuckoo lays eggs in crow's nest. So what kind of interaction it is? It is brood parasitism. So when you're writing it, you have to write very carefully. Do not make mistake here. Chapter number 14, ecosystems. So in ecosystem, ecological pyramid of energy, ecological pyramid of biomass, all these type of questions and diagrammatic representation is very important. So first question, define ecological pyramid. Describe pyramid of energy flow with an example. Question number 2, explain the important steps involved in the process of decomposition. The steps have to be neatly written as well as the explanation, whatever has been given in your class notes, or you can see the NCERT textbook. According to that only you have to write down. Okay. Question number 3, what are biogeochemical cycles? Definition. Mention 2 types by giving an example for each. So here cycles can be very important, carbon cycle and phosphorus cycle. Okay, these 2 you have to draw as well as explain it. Fourth one, Write the diagrammatic representation of pyramid of energy. Fine. Fifth, write the schematic representation of phosphorus cycle. Phosphorus cycle has been continuously asked, okay, and do not miss this kind of questions. Chapter number 16 and the last chapter, environmental issues. So first question here, define pollution with reference to water pollution, explain. See, environmental issues is a basic kind of chapter. You no need of completely going so deep. So whatever knowledge, basic knowledge you have, along with the NCERT textbook points, you can see through that and study and write down. Okay. So for example, A, biochemical oxygen demand, they have asked you to define it. B, algal bloom. C, biomagnification. D, eutrophication. Eutrophication word is very important. Second question number, what is eutrophication? Discuss the phenomenon of accelerated eutrophication. Again, the question has been asked and it is important. Question number 3, write a brief account of functioning of electrostatic precipitator with diagram. This question is very, very, very important. Along with the electrostatic precipitator diagram, you have to explain. Okay. Question number 4. Discuss the consequences of global warming and ozone layer depletion. Question number 5. What is global warming? Mention the causes and effects of global warming. Coming to the last slide, that is 6th question. Write a short note on the following: greenhouse gases, catalytic converters, ultraviolet B, ozone layers, electrostatic precipitator. And the last question, 7th, write a note on the following: remedy for plastic waste and radioactive waste. All the best, my dear students, for the coming board examinations. Give your best, score well, rock the paper. Do not forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Thank you. Say what you